Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go over something that I've been thinking about for a bit. And I saw the prequels when they came out in theaters. And back then we didn't have memes. You know, the memes for Star Wars didn't exist. The movies were just coming out. Hello there, none of that. You know, none of the, I have the high ground. Like, the high ground was like, people were like, that was it? The high ground was it? Like, it didn't exist. It's now turned into a classical meme, and I love them. I think they're funny. I think they're hilarious. But at the end of the day, I do feel like some of them downplay some of the actual scenes, because when newcomers go into Star Wars, they'll see the memes and then they'll watch the films and they'll watch those scenes and they'll be like, he said the thing, he did the thing. It's like, you know, don't miss the forest for the trees. Don't see that scene and laugh and forget what's actually going on in that scene. Today we want to talk about the sand meme. I don't like sand, it's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere. So while this is super funny and it's super like, you know, like, why is he talking about sand and he's like stroking Padme's shoulder? It's corny, it's cringy. But if we understand what Anakin is saying and kind of put ourselves in his shoes, then we can get where he's coming from and why he's saying this cringy line. When he's saying, I don't like sand, as he's standing on this beautiful terrace, this beautiful balcony with a beautiful girl that he's in love with and he's been dreaming about for the last 9 years. And in this moment of beautiful romance where he's doing his duty as a Jedi to protect her and going where she wants to go, they're now in her royal palace and they are safe for the time being, and he's enjoying this moment of peace that he gets. He doesn't have very many in his life, but there are a few moments of peace, and this is one of them. And he opens up and he tells her that, you know, basically for 9 years of my life, all I knew was slavery. I was a slave to Watto. My mother was a slave to Watto. We didn't have much of a life. We didn't have any autonomy in our life. We didn't have a choice to do what we wanted to do. She was treated poorly. I was treated poorly. All I had was pod racing, and I was surrounded by sand. I mean, heck, he could have been surrounded by snow or glitter for all we care. It was associated with slavery, with his life, and that's why he hates sand. So while the meme is funny, and I get it, like, it's, I don't like sand, like, it's, yeah, whatever. But if you really look at the depths of what he's saying, is that I was a slave for my childhood, and now I have dreams of my mother dying. And I don't really know how to deal with that. I never had a proper childhood, but now I see everything here is so free. I'm not chained here. I'm so comfortable, and I'm in your presence, and I love you, and I want to be with you, and everything here is the opposite of coarse and rough, which was my life, my childhood. Everything here is soft and smooth. A lot of it makes sense. Sure, funny, corny, whatever. But try not to miss the big picture. Now, with Anakin, you know, there was a lot of things that went on in his life. I think a lot of people gloss over and bypass. And of course, these aren't justifications for the atrocities that he did. You know, he did horrible things. However, if we analyze the character, we can really understand more than he just did these things and was like this or was whiny or had clunky dialogue or whatever, because he was either a bad actor or because Anakin himself, the character, was just a psychotic villain. It's like, no, he's actually a very lost child who didn't receive much guidance other than go here, fight this, forget about these feelings, forget about these emotions, don't worry about it, and let go of everything you fear to lose. I mean, that's not really much of a help to someone who's already formed attachments for 9 years and has seen their mother die and blames themselves, blames the Jedi for it when he foresaw it. So I think while we can definitely laugh at all these memes, you know, I don't think there's much depth to hello there or I have the high ground. Well, actually the high ground has some depth too. It's a bit of a callback to fighting Obi-Wan and Maul, right? Maul had the high ground and Obi-Wan had the low ground, and he beat Maul by jumping over the high ground. And Anakin knew this, and he tried to beat his master the same way that Obi-Wan beat Maul. So he was essentially trying to use Obi-Wan's own move against him. And for this reason, he felt like you underestimated my power, and this was like a challenge to him. And in that split moment of arrogance and anger and hatred, he did a stupid move and he lost. Instead of just simply dodging to the right or jumping to the right on the lower field, lower plane, and just, you know, climbing up or jumping up over there. It was super simple. But His own arrogance got the best of him in the sense that he just wanted to prove to Obi-Wan that he was better. And it was this constant proving and approval that he needed in his life that the Jedi never really gave him, while giving him the title of Master when he had a Padawan, but not giving him the title of Master when he needed it most on the Jedi Council. So a lot of these things played with his head, and he blamed them for a whole bunch of different things in his life, when in reality he should have probably just blamed himself and realized that maybe the Jedi aren't fit to be really giving him advice, you know? I mean, what mentorship has he had in his life? Like Watto, his mom, maybe, but you know, she was making the best of what they had in their life. So I feel like for him it was slim pickings, you know? It doesn't excuse what he did, you know, but there are reasons that he fell down that path, and I think a lot of those things could have been avoided with a proper father figure, or at least proper mentorship, or someone to just say like, yo man, it's okay. It's all right. You're going to be okay. Maybe you should do this. Maybe you should do that. Just, you know, spitballing with him instead of just stonewalled. Nope, not going to happen. Can't do it. Don't think about it. Let go of everything you fear to lose. And so when it came time to jumping over the high ground, Anakin was like, well, I am better than you. And this is that moment where I'm going to prove to you that all those years where you guys put me down and you chained me and you didn't allow me to really reach my potential, this is that moment where I'm going to beat you with your own move in a disadvantaged position. And you're going to see that I was right the whole time. So while the sand thing is super funny and I want you to keep laughing at it, just remember, you know, try to go deeper into the scene of what Anakin has really been through as George Lucas is telling the story of Anakin in the first 3 films and then later on in the 4, 5, 6. But these first 3 are really setting up his entire arc and letting you understand the horrible things that he's been through. Because when George was writing that in the script, he was literally, you know, writing it. He's not like, this is going to be a meme later. Ha ha. No, it's like he was trying to tell you that there's a contrast here between the slaver life that I had and now this moment in time, this beautiful life, this moment here where everything is the opposite of that. Sand is coarse and rough and irritating and it gets everywhere. Here, things are soft and smooth. So I think to me that, you know, if you can really see that, then you'll see the kind of sadness and pain in that scene while still laughing at, you know, the meme, but also understanding the depth behind those words and the things that he went through. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and leave a like if you enjoyed it. I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, remember, the Force will be with you, always.